Hey everyone, Cecile and I spent the month of September in Split, Croatia. We had a great time, the weather was great, the scenery was amazing, and yeah, here's some highlights. Probably the most famous attraction in Split is Diocletian's palace. Diocletian was a Roman emperor who was born in the province of Dalmatia, which is in modern-day Croatia. He built the palace as a retirement home and moved there after he abdicated the role of emperor in the year 305. The palace makes up a large portion of the historic center of Split, and almost all of this part of the city is pedestrian only. It seems like there are hundreds of little streets and alleyways, and there's tons of restaurants, cafes, shops, selling all sorts of stuff, Game of Thrones memorabilia, and you can't go like 50 yards without running into an ice cream or gelato shop. It can get pretty touristy, especially on days when there's a cruise ship or two in port, but I found that just walking around the old city, sitting by the waterfront, is just really enjoyable.
One of my favorite things that we did in Split was visit the Mestrovic Gallery. This gallery is housed in the summer estate of the Croatian sculptor, which has amazing views of the Adriatic Sea. It houses a permanent collection of the artist's sculptures, drawings, furniture, and architecture. Tickets were 50 Croatian kuna, or about $7 each, and included entrance to the building and surrounding garden, as well as access to a nearby chapel that features a wooden crucifix and wall panels carved by Mestrovic.
There are several attractions within Diocletian's palace that require a separate ticket. Cecile and I ended up getting a ticket that included access to the Split Cathedral, including the bell tower, Jupiter's temple, as well as the museum. The cathedral was actually originally built as Diocletian's mausoleum, but after the fall of the Roman Empire and the rise of Christianity, it was converted into a church. The entrance to the bell tower is just outside the cathedral, and once you climb to the top of the stairs, you get really great views of the city and the surrounding coastline. Jupiter's temple is pretty small. There wasn't a whole lot to see there. There's a couple sarcophagi, but not much else. The museum, on the other hand, was really interesting. There was a lot of religious art, relics, and all sorts of stuff. It was really cool.
During our month in Split, I spent a lot of time at the city's parks and beaches. One of the parks we visited a lot was the Sustipan. The area was previously the site of a monastery, church, and cemetery. Now it's a quiet park you can visit for panoramic views of the city and ocean. It also seems to be frequently used for weddings and photo shoots. I also went to the beach a lot since they were both within walking distance. My favorite beach I visited was Plaza Jezenek, which was further west from the city. I also frequented Plaza Ferule, which was closer to the historic center.
One of the other parks we went to was called Marjan Park. It's only about a 5-minute walk from Diocletian's palace, and it's absolutely huge. There's tons of trails to walk around. There's an old Jewish cemetery. There's a couple of one-room churches from the 1200s. It's really cool. You can see it's elevated, so you can see all the coastline and the surrounding area. You can even hike up to the top where there's a big lookout point and huge Croatian flag. We went there several times. It's just a really beautiful place to walk around.
We also visited the Museum of Fine Arts. This museum has an extensive collection of paintings and sculptures by major Croatian artists, as well as artists from other European countries. The entrance fee was about 40 Croatian kuna, which is a little more than $5 each. It doesn't look very big from the outside, but we were still able to spend a couple of hours there. We hope you enjoyed seeing what we did in Split, Croatia. Stay tuned for more videos from our time in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Thanks for watching.